Transcript. Behind her back, they called her Old Lady, although she was only 40. At St. Vincent's Hospital in Philadelphia, she worked as a nurse. She washed floors, changed linens, and took out waste. The young nurses chuckled, not knowing who she had been before. She didn't make any excuses or explain anything. Megan Walters returned to the United States after 15 years of service as a military medic. Afghanistan, Iraq, field hospitals, evacuations under fire, dozens of operations under the light of portable lamps. Awards and gratitude are a thing of the past. In civilian life, her military diploma was not recognized. In Boston, where she tried to find a job in her field, she was rejected everywhere. She eventually moved to Philadelphia and accepted the only available job as a nurse's aide at the city's old hospital. She worked silently, observed, and remembered. Sometimes she would discreetly prompt junior staff if she saw a mistake. Some listened, some were irritated, especially Lauren Brooks, an ambitious young nurse from a wealthy family. To her, Megan was just a cleaning lady, a woman without a future. Everything changed one cold March night. There was a major accident on I-95. 5 victims were brought to the emergency room at the same time. A young doctor was on duty, confused, almost paralyzed by panic. Blood, screams, lack of hands. At that moment, Megan stepped forward. She quickly carried out triage, determining who needed urgent surgery and who needed immediate assistance on the spot. She gave clear instructions and acted without unnecessary words. When one of her patients developed a tension pneumothorax, Megan performed the decompression with the confidence and precision she had done dozens of times in the war zone. By morning, all 5 were alive. The story quickly reached the leadership. It turned out that the rescued woman was the wife of an influential Pennsylvania state senator. Inspections, conversations, and publications in the press began. Journalists wrote about a veteran forced to wash floors because of bureaucracy. At the hospital, the attitude towards Megan changed, from awkward respect to sincere recognition. A few weeks later, the U.S. Army Medical Corps General, Richard Hayes, its former commander, arrived at the department. He walked down the corridor in his dress uniform and, in front of all the staff, saluted the nurse with a mop in her hands. For many, this was a moment of epiphany. They saw in her not a cleaning lady, but an officer and a professional. Thanks to his intervention and public outcry, her qualifications were officially recognized. Megan completed an accelerated course and returned to the same hospital as a registered nurse. She was later offered the position of head nurse of the department. She stayed in Philadelphia, not for the sake of a career and not for the sake of big stories, simply because she knew her place is where she is needed. People continued to trickle into the emergency room, ambulance sirens continued to pierce the night air, and each time chaos erupted, Megan acted calmly and precisely. She was no longer called Old Lady. Now her name was spoken with respect. What an amazing story. Dear friends, write in the comments where you are watching this video from. And if you liked the story, then give it a like and subscribe to the channel. There is still a lot of interesting things ahead.